Hey folks, today I'm gonna, I guess, sort of review this new bike that I got. It's a Retrospec Harper in sage green, and it is the 53 inches one. I know that's the frame size, I guess, from the bottom to the top tube. So I think it's a medium, and there's been a lot of comments on Retrospec oversizing the sizes for the frames for the height that you are, or I guess your inseam. But yeah, this fits pretty good, and I'm 5'11", and my inseam I think it's around like 32 inches, so it fits pretty good. There's some little issues, but let's start from the very beginning. The assembly was easy. From what I remember, it was just the front tire needed to be put on, and the fork reversed to make sure that it's in the right direction, and the handlebars. They give you all the tools there. It's like if you have a bike, you already have the tools, but they give you like an all-in-one wrench, I think, and it's pretty easy. Um, of course, you do have to adjust the little small things, of course, and the first one that I had to adjust was the brakes. The brake pads themselves, they're not the best quality, and I knew that from reading a lot of the reviews online for the Harper. Uh, if you do it the right angle with the right brake tension, they're pretty decent. Like, I don't stop right away. Of course, it's pretty dangerous riding like that. But it's, I guess, on a 1 to 10, I give these like a 5. The brake pads. Eventually, I will replace them. Right now, I only have mountain bike style V brake pads, so I really can't replace the ones that are on here. Oh, and let's go over some other stuff. Yeah, the stem. Since I am 5'11", the stem, it is a little bit too low, and I really can't adjust it that much. There's that line on the stem that says don't go above this height or below this height or whatever. So I may get a quill stem adapter or a riser, whatever they're called. But it's okay. Like, the way I ride, it's pretty good. It does hurt my hands a little bit. I am used to a little bit more rise on the handlebars. These are pretty flat. So eventually I'll replace them. I'll get some nice chrome ones, a little bit longer maybe, just because I like adding a lot of stuff. Like, right now I do have a mirror, a bell, the reflector, light, a couple lights, just in case. And I've done a few things. I've added a water bottle mount and a little pump and a rack. This one comes from Target, and it's pretty decent. It does make a lot of noise. It does. I've tightened all of the bolts as much as I can, but it does rattle a little bit still. This part when I have stuff on it, but it's just, I guess it is what it is. And I've also added it didn't come with a kickstand, so I had to add a kickstand. That was only like $8 or $9, and this kickstand actually makes a lot of noise too. Even I guess it's so much vibration. Like, every other day I have to tighten those nuts. And what else? Oh yeah. And the biggest change that I've done is to the actual tires. These are not the default tires that come with the bike. I did put Continental Gator skins, folding, 700 by 28. And those are kind of a pain to put on, but it's doable. You just gotta be a little patient with that. There's nothing wrong with the default Kenda tires that come with this bike. But I live in Texas, and there are so many, we call them espinas, I guess they're called goat heads, that even with the tire liners, I'd still get flats on my other bikes. It just happens. They're just really tough. So I've heard gator skins are the best tires. I haven't had a flat, and I've had these tires on for 2 weeks. So, and I do ride over some rough terrain. I like going over grass, loose gravel. Of course, they're really not made for gravel, these tires. And what else? Oh, and I've added a couple lights in the back, safety stuff. But yeah, the brakes, they're kind of a pain to adjust, but eventually you do need like a second person to help you to squeeze the bar, squeeze the calipers, make sure that you get enough tension, I guess, with the cable. So they're pretty good. They stop all right. And of course, I did add my own seats. Always with default seats when you get a new bike, they always tend to suck. This seat I've had on all of my bikes, and I switch them around. This is kind of like my primary bike now, so I just put my favorite seat on this bike. Just because I like it. It fits me, it's comfortable, it doesn't hurt over long distances or long rides. And yeah, I guess that's it for now. This cost me $220, and I really wanted a single speed bike, just really simplicity. I do know that it does have a fixed gear cog, but I'm not really ready for that. I guess I'm a little lazy, or I just never tried fixed gear, but from what I read about it, you have to keep on pedaling. It's just a completely different riding experience, but maybe eventually I'll do it. It's just a little lazy, just unbolting the wheel and reversing it. And it's actually I've actually had a crash a few weeks ago too. I've had this bike for a few months already, but I did have a crash, and I ran into like a chain. I didn't even know it was there. It was nighttime. I should always be really, really careful riding at night. But the bike brake, this brake actually bent the metal, and when I tried to squeeze the brakes, it wasn't clamping onto the rims right. So my uncle, he just got up some pliers and just put it back in its original place. So brakes, I guess they're not the best quality metal, but they are pliable. So if something like that happens, you can actually just bend it back. It's kind of funny. But yeah, that's a bit for now. Well, let's see what else I could talk about. The chain, and the bottom bracket, the drivetrain, it's decent. Now, it does not accelerate really fast, but once you get up to speed, you can go really fast. I know that's really weird saying that, but I guess you could look up the specs, like how many teeth, the gear ratio. But this bike is made to go fast, like fast for a commuter bike. Yeah, I kind of like that. Like, there's some trails here where I could just zoom on by people, and it's pretty fun, just going really fast. And yeah, as far as future mods go, definitely I'm gonna change the handlebars. Excuse me. And yeah, that's about it, pretty much. And the handlebars I think I did mention it earlier, they're really, really flat. They don't have any rise in them. I'm used to a little bit of a rise, a little bit wider. So that'll be another $15, $20, I think. But it's worth it. Like, I really like the bike. Should you buy one? Yeah, if you want to get into single speed bikes, simplicity, You don't want to worry about derailleurs and all that stuff. It's a really good deal. But yeah, Retrospec Harper, Sage Green, medium. I think it's medium. It does say 53. It does have a 53 sticker on it. So that's, and I'm 5'11", 32-inch inseam, so it fits okay. But yeah, that's it for now. Have fun.